Hello and welcome to Kicktalk Reboot. On this week's programme, the results of a busy weekend of junior football action. First of all, the ETHX Energy Scottish Junior Cup quarter-finals. Beath 3, Athley 1, Kilwinning 3, Camelon 3, Halford 2, Auchinleck 0, Pollock 1, Kilburnie 0. McBookie.com West of Scotland Premier Division. Rob Roy 1, Petershill 1, Shettleston 0, Troon 3. McBookie Super League First Division. Winton 0, Largs 3, Blantyre 2, Cumbernauld 1, Greenock 0, Shotts 3, Kilsyth 0, Clydebank 1, Maybole 2, Cumnock 3, Yoka 1, Rutherglen 4. McBookie.com West Ayrshire District League. Anbank 3, Muircock 1, Govan 2, Ardere 2, Craigmark 2, Kello 3, Davil 2, Whitlets 0, Lugot 1, Ovenvix 2. McBookie.com Central District First. Rossvale 3, Carluke 0, Larkhall 3, Dunipace 0, Renfrew 2, Johnston 0, St Anthony's 0, Maryhill 5, Neilston 3, Thornywood 2, Wishaw 3, St Rochs 1. McBookie.com West Central District 2nd. Benbubble 3, Ashfield 2, Cambuslang 1, Gartcairn 4. Forth Wanderers 3, Newmains United 0, Port Glasgow 3, Glasgow Persia 0, Lanark United 8, Royal Albert 1, East Kilbride 6, Vale of Leven 2. Now first up we go to the McBookies.com First Division, where Winton hosted Largs Thistle and the score was Rovers 0, Largs Thistle 3. Now, Largs were certainly on top of matters throughout this encounter. Thistle manager Brian Slavin even had to play himself coming off the bench to replace Alan Gilbride, who was injured with a hamstring injury. It finished up a comfortable 3-0 victory for Thistle in the end to cement their table-topping position. Thistle opened with strong possession play. They were immediately putting the home side into the rearguard action, and Largs had an early chance. James Marks wheeled away from a defender but shot wide of the left post. Next, Marks raced through and goal. He seemed to be impeded, but the referee waved away any penalty claims. But the goal came, and it was a spectacular one from Graham Muir. He also plays futsal, and it looked as if he showed some of his quick-footed, nimble-footed skills as he managed to race to the byline on the right-hand side, and he caught the keeper out as he managed to slide foot the ball past the Winton goalie, and the ball rocketed off the left-hand post and into the back of the net. Gary Phillips sent in a curling kick for the visitors from the left-hand side. Jameson got a clean header, but the effort was saved by the Winton keeper, and Sean Pearce made it 2-0 thanks to a long-range effort which caught the Winton keeper off guard as half-time approached. Largs were well into the driving seat, and Thistle made certain of maximum points on 53 minutes. A wonderful third goal. Pearce again had space down the right hand side. He accelerated into the box before whipping in a fast and true effort into the bottom left hand corner. Game over, it appeared. Muir then had the ball in the back of the net, but the offside flag was raised for the visiting side. Winton had been struggling to cope with all this Thistle pressure, but they came strong in the final 10 minutes. Ben Carson thrashing a ball off the crossbar, and then Jared Willett slammed a shot off the post. So it was quite a dramatic finish. However, all too little too late for the Drawson side, who had perhaps underestimated Thistle, as they were very much on the front foot from the start of this match. So, Largs keep the momentum going at the top of the table. They show they have no fears going to away grounds, and indeed the away form seems superior to the home one. something they will hope to rectify as they host Blantyre Vics next week. As for Winton Rovers, well, they've got a fair bit of soul searching to do. They are still in the lower reaches of the league. They do have games in hand, but they certainly expected to play better and give Largs more of a problem, especially after the impressive 2-0 showing against Kilwinning a week ago. So, final score, Winton Rovers 0, Largs Thistle 3. After the match, I spoke to Brian Slavin, the Largs Thistle manager. Right, Brian, a comfortable win in the end, but it was you were expecting to hopefully get that win today, and you did it with aplomb.
I very much so, Callum. I think today it was going to be a difficult game if we didn't start correctly, because Winton Rovers they've got dangerous players going forward, and you gave them a chance to play, and they were going to hurt us. I mean, last week's result against Kilwinning showed that they're getting a 2-each straw here, so we had to be on our game for the start. And to be honest, it was I would go as far to say it was our best performance of the season. We were at it for the word go. We were on top of our opponents. We were winning second balls. We were getting the ball in behind. We were winning headers. I mean, there was nothing to fault, to be honest. And I was thinking at the end of the game here about trying to nitpick for things, and there wasn't really anything that I could pick up on. The last 10 minutes we got a wee bit slack at times. The game's by, obviously, but everything from our competitiveness, the way we passed the ball, and to our discipline was exemplary today. So, I mean, I'm delighted with the 3 points, and as Kilwinning proved last week, it's a difficult place to come here, so to get a 3-0 victory is outstanding.
Yeah. Now, take us through the goals. Obviously, the first goal was well constructed.
I think
it was a great finish, a great angled finish.
Piercy had worked it wide, had got it wide, and managed to get into Murray, who's made the late run into the box, and has got a good touch, but it's a really, really wide angle. I've got no idea how else to get it in past the goalie, but it was great to get a goal when you're on top, because when you're on top of that, sometimes you don't get the goal, gives them a chance to get back into it. So to get the goal when we were on top really made a difference this week, when maybe we've not had that in other weeks. So fantastic at the first goal. Second goal, I can't really remember now. Where was that?
I'll tell you, it was Pierce took the long shot and managed to catch
it. So it was. I mean, we've been saying to Piercy for a while that he's got that type of thing in his locker, and it's just having the confidence to do it at times. And I think because they stood off him and gave him actually plenty of time, got a few touches out his feet, he moved it this way and that, and then it was there. They never pressed him, so he had the shot, and it's went in. I don't know if the goalie could maybe have done a bit better, but he's hit it cracking right inside the near post. So a great finish. And then you got a double. You really whipped it in. The third goal was a cracker. The run. We were saying to him, try and get him isolated against defenders 1v1, so that he can move the ball. He's got quick feet, he can move the ball and get his shot away, and he done it perfectly for the second goal, and the finish was fantastic into the far corner. So it was 3 great goals, and it takes the pressure off the rest of the team so much when the strikers are on form like that. Fantastic. Winton had 2 late chances hitting the woodwork as well, though. That was the point I touched on just earlier there. We were getting a wee bit slack, to be honest, towards the end. In your mind, mentally, the players are thinking to themselves, the game's done, and we step off it a wee bit, allow them a bit of room. But I can't really fault that in a way, Callum, because we were big enough in the first 80 minutes to be in their face and be on top of them. And I think it's easy, maybe in the last 10 minutes, when you're doing 3-0, and you've got nothing to lose, you say, go and give me the ball and I'll go and do something. But we done that from the first whistle. So I can kind of allow for that a wee bit in a respect, given we were 3-0 up. That is the thing that we've highlighted in the dressing room between myself, Arnie, and Drew Walsh, who's coming on board with us. But it really is just a nitpicking thing, to be honest, because otherwise it was exemplary. And Gilbride was injured and you had to come on with the fray. I can't say I was delighted to come on, Callum, but I'd put myself through the paces in the warm-up to make sure I was ready, just in case, because I've not really been training. But when the team's playing like that, I mean, I could play at sweeper to 45, in fact, I could play at sweeper to 65. If the midfielder are on their game like that, the 2 centre-halves are playing like that, and the strikers are putting the ball in the net, I could be playing back there with cigars, because all I need to do is cover them now and again win a header, win a challenge, but I'm really just there to mop up round about the rest of them. So when they're all on their game, it's an easy game for me. So I didn't want to go in the park, I had to, unfortunately, and it's worked out. So I'm no complaints. But I think that's in big part to the other 9 outfield players that were on the park for getting me through it a bit easier than maybe I would have done otherwise.
Good stuff. Okay, and who is Alan?
I don't know, it's too early now. It's his hamstring, Callum,
Oh,
so
right.
I'm hoping it's only maybe a minor strain at best. We might be looking at 1 or 2 weeks, or I mean, we might be lucky and it's just been a bit of tightness and it eases off. But we'll assess that at the start of the week, Monday, Wednesday, at training, see how he is, maybe get him some physio if it's needed, and take it from there. But I'll need to get myself into training Monday, Wednesday, just in case he's not available for next Saturday.
Fair enough. Okay, that's great. Thanks very much for that, Brian. And now it's over to Stuart McConnell, who was at the ETHX Energy Scottish Junior Cup quarter-final clash at Abbey Park between Kilwinning and Camelon Juniors.
Welcome to Abbey Park, where the final score in this ETHX Energy Scottish Junior Cup quarter-final was Kilwinning Rangers 3, Camelon 3. Buffs went into the game in the back of a brilliant win against Linlithgow in the last 16. They were full of confidence, and rightly so. They began well when a Barry fleeting shot from 10 yards was deflected wide by the visiting defence, and from the resultant corner kick the ball broke to Dean Agnew, who shot just over the bar from 20 yards. Agnew then shot high and wide from a similar distance a minute later. Tommy Maitland sent forward a cross in 11 minutes for the host but couldn't find any takers. And then 3 minutes later, Liam McGuinness made a great run, and he set up Dean Agnew, whose effort from 8 yards was headed over the bar by Alan Benton 3 minutes later. Agnew then made a darting run, and his shot from 10 yards was fumbled and turned round the post by David Kane in 20 minutes. However, the deadlock was broken 4 minutes later when the excellent David Grant dodged 2 challenges before rolling the ball under Adam Strain from 12 yards. Ben Lewis made a great run for Buffs in 28 minutes, but had his shot from 10 yards blocked, and then the other end, Ian Ewer sent a 25-yard free kick straight to Strain on a half hour. Camelon almost doubled the lead in 38 minutes when Francis Kelly set up Callum Scott, whose fierce effort from 8 yards crashed off the post. Buffs were labelled against run of play in 41 minutes when the Lewis corner kick came off Boylan and broke to Isaac Kerr, hooked the ball into the roof of the net from 6 yards. It was a carbon copy of one of his goals in the previous round. And there was another twist in 50 minutes when Camelon blasted back into the lead as Colin Allison sent a 30-yard pile driver in off the crossbar. Buffs came close a minute later when a 25-yard effort from Lewis was well saved by Kane. Good work by Gregor Fotheringham won Camelon a corner kick on the hour, but it came to nothing. The home side levelled again 2 minutes later when a McGuinness free kick was headed on by Kerr to Joe Coleman, who nudged the ball home from 4 yards. Camelon were denied a penalty claim when Grant went down inside the box under pressure from Kerr. 69 minutes, so it looked the home player had tried to play the ball. Then in 76 minutes, the East Coasters regained the lead when Grant unleashed a shot from 18 yards into top corner of the net. There was another huge plot twist 3 minutes later when the brilliant Industrious Agnew won the ball in centre circle, surged forward, staved off 3 challenges, raced into the box, and he set up super sub Ian Cashmore, who hammered the ball home from 8 yards. A Ricky Hanley shot was well saved from 22 yards a minute later as Buffs pushed for the winner. Grant then sent a shot fizzing across the face of goal in 87 minutes, and 2 minutes from time, a Liam McGuinness free kick from 25 yards was well saved. So it's now on to Carmure's Park for the replay on Saturday, and quite a prospect that would be. So from Abbey Park, where the final score in this ETHX Energy Scottish Junior Cup quarter-final was Kilwinning Rangers 3, Camelon 3. It's Stuart McConnell for Kicktalk.
And after the match, Stuart spoke to Kilwinning Rangers manager Chris Strain.
They scored at times with probably we were on top, but they're really, really good goals from their point of view. when we've had a break and they're boxing, the boy smashes one in off the bar, and then the other one's fifth win, we can defend that better. But they're actually, the calibre of the goal that they scored was great. On the flip side of that, we've got a couple of messy ones and we've forced them in. But the last goal's sheer nutter quality for me. You know, when you need something, I mean, he's got the ball in the halfway line, he's flicked it to the boy side, he's took on 3 players and laid it on a plate for us. I mean, that's top quality, especially when you need it. And we talk about guts and character, they've showed that in abundance today. They've not played great, they've not played anywhere near their capabilities, but guts, character to keep themselves in the cup, and we'll be ready next week. I don't think we're happy with that, but at the end of the day, we're still in the cup, and we know we've got another gear that we can go to. So it was an entertaining game for the neutral.
Oh, definitely.
I'm just disappointed that we didn't quite have enough people at it over the course. We've got 2 or 3 boys that dug us at goal, but other than that, I think we can play better, and I think we will play better next week as well. Sometimes the pressure of the game gets to people, and I asked them to stand up to that, and to a point they did, but sometimes you make the wrong decisions because you're just worried and because of the sense of the occasion. But we'll be better for that next week, and we'll understand what it means going there, and we'll be a bit more relaxed.
No, I don't think home advantage counts for a lot at this stage in the cup, does it really?
Oh no, Camelon will be delighted to take us back to their place, don't be kidding. They've came here and they've got a good result and they've played well. I thought over the piece it was probably a fair result. I think anybody would say that. I think we were probably doing the pushing, but they looked very dangerous when they counter-attack, and I think the game will be much the same next week as well. I can't see it being any different. No. It's not as if they go and try and dominate the ball, they try to get the ball forward to their strikers. Just we can be better with some quality, and that's just a wee missing edge for us. A few of our players that have got quality maybe just didn't quite hit the heights today. But the positive I take is we're still in the cup, and I think the game's there for us to go and win.
Yeah, and that was great to watch. You couldn't get your eyes out. Just
good. I mean, I'm pleased for the punters. I'm pleased for the. I mean, the sense of occasion's great because we've been in the doldrums as a club for a number of years, and when you see this place filled to the rafters and the atmosphere that was created in the game,
like way back.
It was swinging end to end. I mean, at some points my stomach was in knots there, but I honestly thought if there was anybody going to win it, I thought it was going to be us. But Camelon, as I say, they've came and they've done a job and they've got the result probably that they wanted, but we can play better.
And thanks to Stuart McConnell for his match report and interview. Another North Ayrshire team had a big success in the Scottish Junior Cup as Beath made it through to the semi-finals, a 3-1 victory over Athley at Bailsdale, and it was a hat-trick from the ever-reliable Kenny McLean. Beath manager John Miller said after the game that he was delighted with the performance. He said, "It was a tough game, but we were worthy winners. I'm happy to be through. I don't really care who we get in the semi-finals. The fans were brilliant today." Champions Auchinleck, though, they were knocked out by East Ayrshire outfit Halford United. The United won 2-0, goals from Ross Robertson and a Stuart Keane penalty ensured a semi-final spot. And also into the semis were Glasgow team Park. They made it through after a last-minute penalty converted by David Winters. So there we have it, a thoroughly dramatic afternoon of entertainment in the juniors once more. Thanks for joining us on Kicktalk Reboot. Goodbye.